There comes a time in life when every one of us finds ourselves in the wilderness, not a wilderness of trees and sand, but a wilderness of the soul. It's that place where the road ahead feels uncertain, where prayers seem to echo back in silence, and where strength is drained by battles we didn't see coming. The wilderness is not about where you are standing, it's about what you are facing. It is in those lonely places when friends cannot fix it and family cannot carry it that the real test begins. You wonder, am I strong enough? Am I forgotten? Will I survive this? But I want you to understand something tonight. The wilderness is not abandonment, it is preparation. It is the place where you are refined, where distractions are stripped away, and where you discover a strength you never knew you had. And here is the promise: in every wilderness, there are angels, unseen, unshaken, sent to strengthen you in the very moment you feel weakest. Every time you wanted to give up, but somehow found the courage to keep going, that was no accident. Every time you thought the storm would drown you, but peace rose up in your heart, that was no coincidence. Angels are assigned to your wilderness to carry you until you step into your next season. Sometimes they come as people, a word of encouragement at just the right time. Sometimes they come as opportunities, small doors that lead to great breakthroughs. And sometimes they come quietly in the form of peace that guards your heart or protection from battles you never even saw. But make no mistake, they are there. You may feel like your wilderness will never end, but every wilderness has an expiration date. You are not meant to die there. You are meant to be developed there. The angels in your wilderness are proof that heaven has not forgotten you, proof that there is strength for today and hope for tomorrow. So lift up your head. Don't lose heart. The wilderness is only temporary, but what you gain from it will last forever. And while you walk through it, know this: you are not alone. The angels are already in your wilderness, guiding, guarding, and strengthening you until your breakthrough arrives. There comes a moment in every life where the path suddenly turns into a wilderness. The wilderness does not always mean trees, deserts, or dry land. It often means confusion, loneliness, and battles within the soul. It is that season where familiar support systems are stripped away, where the voices you once leaned on go silent, and where prayers seem to hang in the air without reply. The wilderness is not about where you are, but what you are going through. It is when you are tested, stretched, and pressed in ways you never thought you could endure. And if we are honest, it is in those moments when fear whispers the loudest, when doubt creeps into the mind, and when you begin to wonder if heaven has turned its back. But the wilderness is not a place of abandonment. It is a place of divine preparation. In fact, the very reason you are there is, but there is something greater being shaped within you. You see, comfort zones never produce growth. Familiar places never bring transformation. It is only in the wilderness where distractions are stripped away and where the deepest parts of you are revealed. It is in the wilderness where your character is refined, where your faith is purified, and where your resilience is tested. Yet even in that lonely place, there is something extraordinary happening that you may not always see or recognize. For in every wilderness, there are angels. You may not see them with your natural eyes, but their presence is undeniable. Angels are assigned to strengthen you when your own strength runs out, to keep you when your own willpower fails, and to carry you until you can stand again. Think about those moments when you wanted to quit, when you thought the weight was too heavy, but somehow you pressed forward one more step. That was not by accident. That was assistance you could not see. That was a heavenly reinforcement in your wilderness. Sometimes angels come in the form of people, a kind word from a stranger, a phone call from a friend who didn't even know what you were going through, or a mentor who appeared in your life at just the right season. Other times, angels come in silence, peace that floods your heart in the middle of chaos, clarity of mind in the midst of confusion, or protection from dangers you never even knew were near. And sometimes angels come through opportunities, a door that opens when all others have closed, a chance that seems small but carries the seed of your breakthrough. The wilderness teaches you to recognize that you have never been alone. From the moment you entered that trial, unseen hands have been guiding your steps. You may have felt forsaken, but you were being carried. You may have thought you were losing, but in reality, you were being prepared to win. Every tear, every struggle, every sleepless night was shaping something inside you. The wilderness is where strength is forged and destiny is clarified. Do not despise your wilderness. It may feel dry, but it is fertile ground for growth. It may feel endless, but it has an expiration date. You will not die in the wilderness. You will be developed there. The angels sent to you are proof that heaven has not turned away from you, proof that your story is not finished, proof that strength is available to you even when your own strength is gone. So when you feel weak, know that you are not walking alone. When you feel lost, know that help is already on the way. The wilderness is not your burial ground, it is your birthing ground. Something is being born in you that could never have been produced in a place of comfort. And though you may feel like this season will never end, remember that the wilderness always points toward destiny. The path may be rough, but the destination is worth every struggle. Lift your head, take courage, and trust that even now there are angels in your wilderness. They are guarding you, guiding you, and strengthening you for the journey ahead. The day will come when you step out of this season and realize that the very thing that tried to break you only built you. And when you look back, you will see that you were never alone, not for one moment. The wilderness may have been your testing ground, but the angels ensured that it would not be your ending. There are seasons in life when the wilderness feels like the only landscape around you. It is dry, it is lonely, and it seems endless. The wilderness has a way of magnifying your fears and amplifying your doubts. It strips you of familiar comforts and exposes the fragile places of your heart. In that place, it feels as if your prayers are unanswered and your strength is slipping away. But it is in the wilderness that heaven often does its deepest work. The wilderness is not designed to destroy you. It is designed to transform you. When you are in the wilderness, it may seem like you are walking in circles with no destination in sight. Days feel heavy, nights feel long, and hope can appear distant. Yet what you do not always realize is that the wilderness is not a punishment. It is a classroom. Every step, every struggle, every tear becomes a lesson that builds the foundation for your future. The wilderness develops your endurance, sharpens your discernment, and deepens your faith. It is in the wilderness that you learn who you are when everything else is stripped away. And while you are there, heaven has already provided for you. Angels have been assigned to your journey, ensuring that even in the hardest of seasons, you are not abandoned. Their presence may not always be seen, but their impact is undeniable. The very fact that you are still standing, even after everything you've been through, is evidence that unseen hands have been carrying you. The times you were about to collapse but found renewed strength. The moments when you wanted to give up but kept going. That was not your own doing. That was divine reinforcement. Angels were in your wilderness, sustaining you when your power was gone. Sometimes angels appear through people who cross your path at just the right time. A friend who speaks encouragement, a stranger who shows kindness, a mentor who offers guidance. These are not coincidences. They are reminders that heaven knows exactly where you are. Other times, angels show up in silence, through peace that settles your heart in the middle of a storm, through wisdom that lights your mind when confusion surrounds you, or through protection from harm you never even knew was near. And sometimes angels show up as opportunities that seem small at first, but carry the seed of your future breakthrough. The wilderness teaches you to see beyond what your eyes can behold. It teaches you to recognize the quiet work of God when everything else feels still. You may feel like nothing is happening, but the truth is everything is happening. Your faith is being stretched. Your resilience is being built, and your character is being shaped. The angels in your wilderness remind you that you are not forgotten, not forsaken, and not without help. Every wilderness has a beginning, but it also has an end. It may seem like the season will last forever, but it will not. The wilderness is temporary, but what you gain from it is eternal. When you emerge from that place, you will not come out empty. You will come out wiser, stronger, and more equipped for the next season of your journey. You will come out with a testimony that proves the faithfulness of God and the power of perseverance. So do not give up in the wilderness. Do not let the silence convince you that you are alone. Do not let the dryness make you believe that nothing is growing. Something powerful is being cultivated inside you, And angels are surrounding you every step of the way. They are guarding you. They are strengthening you. And they are carrying you until the moment you step into the fullness of what has been prepared for you. Lift your eyes in hope. The wilderness is not your final destination. It is the passageway to your promise. The angels are proof that you are covered, that you are sustained, and that you will make it through. And when you look back, you will see that the wilderness was not meant to break you. It was meant to build you. The angels ensured you did not walk it alone, and because of that, you will rise stronger than you have ever been before. There are places in life that feel like wilderness experiences, moments when you are forced away from the comfort of the familiar and into a season that seems barren and unforgiving. These are not the seasons we would choose for ourselves. Nobody asks for hardship, loneliness, or trials. Yet, the wilderness has a way of showing up in every journey. It can take the form of a financial struggle, a broken relationship, a loss that leaves you shaken, or a challenge that strips away your sense of control. The wilderness is not just about where you are, it is about what you are facing. And in that place, it is easy to feel like you have been forgotten, left to fight battles alone with no one to help. But the truth is, you are never truly alone in the wilderness. There are angels assigned to you, messengers of strength, carriers of provision, protectors of your destiny. They may not appear with wings or glowing light, but their presence is undeniable in the way you keep moving forward when you thought you couldn't. They show up in the inner strength you didn't know you had, in the moments of peace that calm your fears, in the opportunities that open at just the right time. These are not coincidences. They are evidence that heaven has not abandoned you. The wilderness is a refining place. It strips away distractions so you can see clearly what really matters. It removes the noise so you can hear the quiet whisper of God guiding your steps. It is not a place of punishment, but of preparation. The wilderness reveals what is inside of you, the strength, the faith, the courage you never knew you carried. And just when you think you cannot go on, the angels in your wilderness strengthen you. They come to remind you that you are still covered, that you are still chosen, that you are still moving toward a greater purpose, even when it doesn't look like it. There are moments when you look back on your journey and realize that what kept you going was not your own ability, but divine help you could not see. That time you thought the heartbreak would crush you, but somehow found healing. That moment when the bills were stacked against you, but provision came just in time. That season when your mind was clouded with anxiety, but peace came in waves. That was not random. That was the work of angels in your wilderness, ensuring that the trial would not destroy you. Sometimes they show up through people you least expect. A kind word, an encouraging message, a helping hand that appears in your darkest hour. Sometimes they show up in silence through a strength that rises within you at the very moment you want to quit. Sometimes they show up in doors that open unexpectedly, opportunities you didn't anticipate, favor that seems to come out of nowhere. In every case, they are reminders that you are not left to fight alone. The wilderness has an expiration date. You were never meant to live there forever. It is a season, not a destination. And while it may feel endless, it is working something in you that will last far beyond the moment. You are being equipped, shaped, and molded for greater things. And when the season shifts, you will step out of the wilderness carrying wisdom, resilience, and a testimony of how you made it through. So even if you feel like you are surrounded by nothing but difficulty, lift your eyes and remember that help has already been dispatched. You are not abandoned. You are not forsaken. You are not forgotten. The wilderness may test you, but it will not defeat you. The angels in your wilderness are proof that heaven is aware of every step you take, every tear you cry, every battle you fight. And when it is all said and done, you will not come out empty. You will come out stronger, refined, and ready for the next season of your journey. Take heart. Your wilderness is not the end. It is the beginning of something new. And through it all, the angels are already there, carrying you through to the place you were destined to reach. Every journey carries us through seasons that feel like wilderness. These are not comfortable seasons, nor are they the moments we would choose for ourselves. They are the places where clarity seems distant, strength feels depleted, and answers appear delayed. The wilderness can feel like isolation, like being set apart in a desert with nothing to lean on but faith. It is in that space where you wrestle with questions, where you confront fear, and where your endurance is stretched to its breaking point. And yet, it is in that very place that some of the greatest encounters of your life are destined to happen. The wilderness has a way of stripping away what cannot go with you into the future. It shakes loose the unnecessary weights, reveals what is fragile, and strengthens what is eternal. Many resist it because it is uncomfortable, but the wilderness is a place of transformation. You enter weak, but you leave stronger. You enter uncertain, but you leave with clarity. You enter feeling empty, but you leave carrying a fullness you could never have found in the comfort of familiarity. And though it often feels lonely, you are not walking through it alone. Angels are present in your wilderness. They are the unseen reinforcements that guard, guide, and strengthen you in ways you may not recognize at first. Have you ever noticed how, in the very moment you were ready to give up, something within you refused to quit? That sudden inner resolve, that unexpected strength, it was not random. It was assistance, divine and intentional. Angels come to carry you when your steps falter and to lift you when your knees grow weak. They come in ways you might overlook. Sometimes they arrive through people who say the very words you needed to hear. Sometimes they arrive through protection from harm you never knew was near. Sometimes they arrive through opportunities that look small but open doors to new beginnings. And sometimes they arrive in silence through a peace that floods your heart when everything around you feels like chaos. Angels in your wilderness remind you that heaven is still aware of you, still invested in your journey, still committed to your destiny. The wilderness is temporary. It may seem like it stretches on without end, but every wilderness season has a conclusion. You are not meant to die in the desert. You are meant to be developed there. The purpose of the wilderness is not destruction, but preparation. It is where the roots of your strength grow deep, where your faith becomes unshakable, and where your reliance on divine help becomes unbreakable. By the time you walk out, you will realize that the wilderness was not wasted time. It was holy ground where transformation occurred. Every challenge you face, there is shaping something inside you. Every tear you shed is watering the soil of your growth. Every obstacle you overcome is building resilience you will need for the greater calling ahead. And the angels ensure that while you are being tested, you are not being destroyed. They are present to make sure you endure, to make sure you keep walking, to make sure you reach the place that has been prepared for you. So if you feel surrounded by difficulty, lift your eyes with hope. If you feel like you have no more strength left, remember that strength is already being provided for you. If you feel like the wilderness will last forever, remind yourself that this is just a season, not your final destination. The very fact that you are still standing, still breathing, still fighting is proof that angels are already at work in your wilderness. You will not remain here forever. The day will come when you will look back and realize that the wilderness was not meant to bury you, but to build you. It was not designed to break you, but to bless you. And the angels that carried you through will stand as evidence that you were never truly alone. You may have walked through a dry place, but you will come out carrying rivers of strength and wisdom. You may have faced silence, but you will leave with a voice of victory. Take courage. Your wilderness is not the end of your story. It is the stage for your greatest transformation. And even now, in the quiet, unseen places, angels are in your wilderness, making sure you rise, making sure you endure, and making sure you step into everything that has been waiting for you all along. And so, as we come to the close of this message, remember this truth: no matter how dry the season, no matter how lonely the path, no matter how long the night, you are not walking it by yourself. Help has already been sent. Strength has already been provided. Protection has already been put in place. There are angels in your wilderness, and they will not leave you until you step into the place that has been promised to you. Do not give up. Do not turn back, and do not lose heart. The wilderness is temporary, but what you gain from it will last forever. Hold your head high. Keep walking, keep believing, and keep trusting, because when the dust settles and this season shifts, you will stand as living proof that even in the wilderness, heaven was with you all along. This is not your end. It is your beginning. And the angels in your wilderness are carrying you to your breakthrough.